everybody, it's New Year's Eve, and the soap operas did not disappoint. Woo! Okay. One hour of apparently we're gonna start the year in love. Okay. Let me explain, and then there's some little bit of drama, but whatever. It was kind of foreseen, so I didn't really like. It wasn't like wow, but okay. We finally got closure on the Tessa and Mariah marriage or whatever because for the longest time they've kind of been up in the air with Mariah wanting to get divorced because she supposedly did something that she thought that Tessa wouldn't understand, and Tessa tried and tried and tried over and over and over and over again to get her to open up, and she would not say anything. And then basically, Mariah pushed her out of the marriage before Tessa gave up. Tessa only gave up after she had tried and tried and tried and done everything and said, okay, I've done everything, I've tried everything, and nothing is working, so I give up. But today, we got the proverbial nail in the coffin because now we didn't see Mariah with Cameron Grimes, which I hate because I have talked about this ad nauseum. I hate when they break up a couple and you only see half the couple, and then you get reports back on what the other half said, did, or whatever. And it's like, could you not just have her there so we could have some actual like physical closure on be like, okay, this is why Tessa is moving on. But no. Okay. So remember, now you're gonna have to go into your memory banks a little bit because the reason for the dissolution of the marriage was, well, kind of. Mariah was supposed to go to Boston to get treatment, extensive treatment, for whatever was going on. And she swore up and down that, well, no, no, wait a second. Tessa was like, okay, but we can still make it work. But Mariah had already given up at that point. Okay, so then, okay, we're in Boston. She's supposed to be in Boston. And then she didn't call for the holidays. She didn't want to have a video call with their daughter, Aria. And then supposedly Tessa sent her a text message, happy holidays. So she called. And then they said that then Mariah had fessed up that she wasn't in Boston anymore and that she checked herself out of the treatment thing. And then the next thing was a text message basically saying, don't expect to hear from me. Anyway, that's why it's also difficult because when I have to remember what somebody said, even though they weren't present, it's not necessary. But anyway, okay. So then, and meanwhile, or whatever, um, Tessa is telling all this to Daniel, okay? Which Tessa and Daniel, um, even if you didn't see today's episode, everyone and their brother knows that they were going to get together. It was a matter of time, okay? Because I mean, okay, I got a theory, and it involves three parts. Number one, you either they're either a new couple, which means that the people try to Kim test them and see if they have chemistry. Kim is short for chemistry. Okay? Okay. So then they Kim test them, and if it works out, then they put them in more and more scenes where you're like, okay, they're going to be a couple. Or they're already in a couple with other people, and then they supposedly break up with the other people, and those people get together. Either one or the other. Okay, so this is the other. Because despite Tessa being married to Mariah at the beginning of the year, or whatever, I forget. Because this thing has been going on for months now. Okay. Okay. So Tessa's married to Mariah. And then all of a sudden, she starts having more and more scenes. Um, Kate Fairbanks has more and more scenes with Michael Grosdick, right? So I said from jump, I said, okay, they're gonna make those people a couple because proximity, honey. Okay, they are in more and more scenes, and their faces are like this close to each other, or even if they're not, it's like okay. The first interaction they had, they were she was teaching them guitar because also okay. So then this is gonna have to be the whole friggin' video, okay? But hold on. Okay, I'm gonna stop this video and I'm gonna start another one, and it's gonna be separate because I'm gonna need 3 videos today just on this. Not on these people, but like it's more complicated than you realize. And you need all the backstory to get there. Okay? So goodbye. I'm gonna start another one right quick. Okay.